I feel like it'd be much better if we were far more casual.
Yeah, get some banter.
Yeah, would be good.
We got Ruler here. Be providing the banter.
I will give you some banter.
Some tasty banter.
HughZ, you
Delicious.
suck. There you are.
Wrecked!
Correct.
Didi, you feed.
Oh, I do. I do, it's fine. Sit-out game was never good. The shot.
And tonight we are joined on the podcast by CaptCoach and Bilbo Baggins.
Hello, friends.
Yeah, so for you guys that are new to this, the podcast doesn't begin straight away. We normally just socialize before and
Get
be in the
people-
chat mostly.
You have to be nice now.
No.
Nice. Heck no.
Keep up
I
the...
know, I'm going to tell Cara.
You've clearly never watched a podcast before.
Exactly.
I have. My team told me to invest some time into watching the podcast, so I know. Like I prep with Biggie as my prime example.
Oh, God.
Look at these new layouts.
You
layouts.
mean defeater of Avant.
Yes. That guy.
Your split's over.
Yep. Well, I joined the team to coach them, and then he goes off and dies 3 times.
I know. You can
There goes
clearly
all
see
my hopes
your
and
influence
dreams.
is needed.
Yeah. I mean,
can actually
the
look
rest
at
of the team
these-
felt bad about it, so I did something to help the rest of the team out.
Nice. I'm actually looking at these new overlays now, Knightfall, finally on my phone. It actually looks really nice.
Pretty good,
Congratulations.
eh?
Who made those, Knightfall?
Devane.
The
The
Devane.
wondrous Devane has created them. Speaking of which, if we can
The
go...
Dire Wolves Devane.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's an announcement that we can talk about now or leave till later. Up to...
Oh wait, what's he doing?
We can-
Hmm?
How is she related to Direwolves?
She's
Oh.
now the...
Community
New-
streamer.
Community.
streamer for
Ah.
Direwolves.
That's pretty cool.
Officially.
Congrats if she's here.
Oh, she's out bowling.
I'll still
She
see
re-
this in the VOD.
Yeah, she was sad she couldn't join, but yeah. The official Direwolves Devane.
Ooh. Official.
Ruler is a cutie pie. He's-
Like all the fucking... I can see all the Hindu people like, oh no. They all know me now. Because you didn't go to the meetup. Monk. I'm looking at you, Monk. You didn't go to the meetup. My favourite French person. Well, we all sat there and drank to Titan. The one Titan that we all were all rooting for.
Oh shit!
We were rooting for you. We were rooting for you, and you betray us. You betray us.
Wait!
Betray us.
Oh.
I have one too.
Hey.
You have one as well. I stole mine from the little person though, but like.
I got mine as a gift. It was actually a fan gift.
So
Those are pretty
Titan
cool.
didn't give you a pillow. You got a pillow given to you by a fan.
Yes.
The
Well,
fact
the
that's
thing is that
awesome.
Titan doesn't make them; she makes them.
Oh,
She
yeah.
asked
like-
my permission to make one, and then this is actually the second. There is a first one as well, who is in the hands of Jordan. Ooh, I just call him Jordan
The
nowadays.
MG. Is it Jordan MG?
Yeah, it's Jordan MG.
Well,
He got the first one from Gummy Dog, and ever since he started making SPL, at least SPL. Don't know if she does OPL ones, but SPL pillows.
well, to start things off, should we go ahead and introduce our 2 guests and who they
Hang
are?
on. We haven't done the intro.
Oh,
I was
God.
hoping we would.
Yeah, with that we
No,
could
we
avoid
have
that.
to- No,
Damn
the
it!
intro
I
is
nearly
like-
got it past.
The intro is what I live for. It's like once I do the intro, I'm done. The podcast doesn't matter
Okay.
after that.
We'll hang up on
Oh.
rank right
You
after.
just walk away and like, you're done. That's it.
Anyway, I hope chat's
Maybe it
ready.
should be an outro then.
All right, let's
That's a good point.
get it done with.
Your video turned off, HughZ.
Oh no! Turned off.
You turned us all off.
Turn off
Anyway.
for what?
It's the Deoceide Podcast. Yeah. There you go. All right, you can go. I'm done.
That was
Okay.
I like the intro. I like this intro a lot.
Time well spent.
We'd like to thank Rankonius for joining us.
Goodbye.
All right, but let's introduce our two very special guests. So we'll start off with CaptCoach, previously with Cog Aquila, and then when they were Titan, taking them to the Smite World Championship. They ended up finishing second place in there in a best of 5 to Cognitive Prime, going all the way to Game 5. Very exciting stuff. I know, actually following Aquila's journey through the EU Regionals was what first got me into competitive Smite. So congratulations on that. And now CaptCoach, after Titan finishing first place in the summer split and unfortunately falling to Paradigm in the finals, is now the head coach of Avant Garde here in the OCC.
Yes.
That's very exciting.
That's pretty
Don't
awesome.
know how many people know that one. And what's another thing that's kind of prompted that, I feel, is our other guest, Chris Ruler Shaw, who was a coach for Citadel for a little while, towards the end before Citadel broke up as a team. You know, RIP Citadel 2015, never forget.
Never forget.
And then kind of moved with Just Laney to coach the Dire Wolves. And he's also was coaching upcoming stars in the SPL, and they've just been acquired by...
That's a big conversation. Just say we coach JusTus. Like, that's a big, long conversation.
And then now he coaches JusTus in the SPL, so many fingers and many pies. Does Ruler. Thank you guys for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Captain Costa himself.
Oh.
Oh, really? I was more along the lines of G2A, man. Like,
You know, gotta love the G2A. I hope
How
you
you
get
guys-
to change them now.
How are you guys enjoying the warmer weather? Seeing as we're down here with all your freezing cold.
I mean,
I'm
I
a
don't know
bit
if you've seen the
cold.
weather over
I'm
here.
a bit
but
cold.
What time is it where you guys are? Just out of curiosity.
11.
Oh,
11
yeah.
and 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a big clock behind you, Ruler?
Yeah, it's covers clock. And he still doesn't understand time. I don't even think it's right, to be honest. He bought a clock. I don't know. I have a computer, and it has a time in the corner. That's all I know. You know,
Sounds on point.
he's still...
Alright, so yeah, how are you enjoying the shift to working with Avant Garde, CaptCoach?
I enjoy it a lot. I've actually, like, contrary to popular belief, I've started last Monday, or at least that's when I first, well, last Saturday or Sunday was when I first started talking to Biggie and Ro and Ochita, and last Monday is when I had my first trial period, so to say, more so seeing if they were a good fit for me and whether I was a good fit for them. So I've been working with them since past Monday, and it's been actually, like, I've been really impressed by how much they've grown over the last week already. They said they had a bad week, so they were already underperforming when I first saw them, but I still think, like, how fast they pick up my feedback, like how receptive they are of it, and how like, it's not just me saying things, it's everybody chipping in or chiming in, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's awesome.
How does it compare to coaching, going from coaching Titan to Avant Garde? Like, obviously, there's the massive differences in scenes, the size of the EU scene and EU and NA combined, because really those two scenes very close to each other compared to OCE, where we're very kind of isolated out here.
There's, like, it's hard to say because obviously I haven't been embedded in this scene for long yet. But judging by just solely by practice and judging by each individual team, I think they're very similar. The way they approach practice and the way they approach how to, well, approach their competitors. I think they approach them in a similar fashion, and I think that Avant Garde in that sense already has a correct mindset or the right mindset for high competitive play, and that's something that really appealed to me when I first started my trial.
You said you hadn't been embedded in this scene just as yet, as much, but you've been around since beginning of the invite letter. That's like,
Yeah,
so
but
for those of you who don't know, CaptCoach is the first person to show interest from another region, like in OCE. He is like the god of OCE.
I'm not. But
Whoa.
I just like, I don't know. I watched a couple of games. I usually every week. Like the reason why I first started watching it was because I was actually on my way to my parents by train, and nothing other interesting stuff was going on Twitch. So I thought that Smite OCE was having a tournament, and I figured I'd just like tune in and see how the scene was developing, because I always like new scenes and I always like to meet a lot of new people from new scenes, and like to be up to date about everything that's going on in competitive Smite. So that's where my first interest came from, and then I don't know, got the OCE fever and just started tuning in every week. Not always every game, but I watched like a game or two or half a game as long as
It's the right time though, isn't it? Like when you're waking up to something to watch and it's just like nice and easy to digest.
yeah,
I quite
exactly.
like it for that.
Yeah, because my girlfriend usually she likes to sleep in the weekends, and I don't. Like I get up pretty early, so then I just don't want to make a lot of noise, so I don't want to start streaming or anything. So I usually watch Twitch, and yeah, OCE is on, and it's pretty awesome. I like it, enjoy it. So yeah, it's not really
Next
embedded, but I've seen the OCE.
Next question. You've seen the casting cams and you're sitting here with us now. Confirm for us who you think is the sexiest caster in OC, because
Don't
HughZ
say
has
HughZ. Please
Don't
don't
say
say
HughZ.
HughZ.
It's
You know
HughZ,
it's
come
true,
on.
Captain.
Come on.
It's HughZ.
It is.
damn it.
See, it started off as a little minor joke, and now it's just like his ego is like this massive fucking
Well, I
thing.
mean,
Like,
you know, Hinduman said it.
he only said
Wolves
it because
said
he
it.
couldn't be bothered saying anyone else.
I mean,
Oh wow, that's
that-
shots right there.
That cuts
Hey,
deep.
shots.
That definitely cuts deep.
Well,
Oh.
I still remember it the day you actually the one of the first casts you did, HughZ, like of the invite ladder. We were just like, oh, that was bigger than my Tinder profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, your Tinder profile's slowly climbing now. I think you've got all these informed people from around the world that you can now just that one. I'll take that
I
one.
should probably set one up. seems like it'd be a good time to do it now that it's become notorious.
It's very
Um,
effective. I'd recommend it.
Yeah, the Diggies on Twitter.
I'm not speaking from experience.
Yeah,
I
I
okay,
actually
Knightfall,
I
let's-
met my girlfriend through Tinder, so
Really?
did yes.
Boom,
And
100%
fun fact,
effective.
Okay, so my girlfriend and I, like, we were just talking shit at each other on Tinder, and then all of a sudden she says, "Do you want to go to a party tonight to meet up?" And I was like, "Okay." And it was like a hosted party, so it was at a venue and just a big party where you needed to buy tickets for and such. But the party was actually, and that's where I first met her and our romance started, and the party was called Avant Garde. So
Whoa. That
it's meant to
coincidence.
be, I
there.
guess.
It was meant to be.
That's
Yeah.
insane. That is.
Yeah, HughZ's sitting like this. He's like trying to set it up right now.
I'm just like, oh, swipe right, swipe right. Oh, you've been matched with Josh Campbell.
Whoa!
Oh,
Left.
oh.
Uh,
You need a man in your life, HughZ.
yeah, I know. But, you know, I don't need a man.
He's got Laney.
So Captain Coach, how do you respond to accusations that your coaching is what has led to Biggie feeding?
I'm fine with that, honestly. I'll take full responsibility for it.
Yeah.
Cool,
So
Biggie.
Biggie can get
That's
yeah.
the book
Biggie
Biggie
can
this
let it go.
time, but if you die this week, it's on you.
No, it's fine. I just told Biggie that I'll take the fall for this, and he'll give me a Biggie back ride.
Biggie back ride.
A Biggie back ride?
God.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's the deal. So
Well-
I'll take the fall for his feeding.
Well, what do you hope to achieve with Avant Garde? Because, as is probably very widely recognized in the scene, I'm sure you know this, Avant Garde is considered one of the kind of big three teams that we have, the other two being Dire Wolves and the Chiefs. And of the three, Avant seem to be the top. You know, where do you think you could take them if they're already at that level?
I mean, it's not necessarily so. What I've always how do I like? It's more of an ideology rather than where you want to be seated. Because I believe that if you want to be a top competitor, you have to have the top competitor mindset, and you have to go above and beyond to get there, and that means coming first at Worlds as well, and doesn't necessarily mean that we have to do that this year. But I definitely want to, like, my goal for this year is definitely to win or first to qualify for the Australian regionals, then, or the OCE regionals, then get first there so we can go to the Smite World Championship, and then make sure we put up a good show and hopefully end in top 4 at the Smite World Championship, so you can show that even a scene that's considered lesser at the moment has the potential to grow and has the potential to be competitive in the same manner as all the other or the more popular or more considered to be competitive scenes are. And even so, we've had this discussion with the team, and we think that even if we don't make it to the SWC, that like whoever is going to the SWC, whoever team that is, we will prep them as much as we can, because it's not only it's the OCE scene that you're collectively representing with that one team. So you need to, like, denying that person or that team's scrims or whatever practice they can get is denying the entire scene to grow and be competitive, and possibly for the players and support staff to make a living out of it.
Yeah, because the further the team goes, the more attention it brings to the scene, and it just means more attention, better scene, and it shows that high-res go, oh, this scene is actually something we should invest in. People are enjoying it, so
exactly.
Yeah.
One of the teams that you're going to have to go through to make it to that World Championship is Dire Wolves, who, Ruler, you're currently the coach of. And just, I guess, kind of the same kind of questions to you. What do you feel like you can bring to Dire Wolves, and where do you guys see yourselves ending up?
Well, Dire Wolves out without me was really strong. They were performing really well on the open ladder, the Invitational, etc. They've taken games off Avant in that as well. So when I came on, I've given a lot of like behind the scenes work, mindset, like just changed how they started, trying to give them a bit more variety, what they do. It's a slow process, but it's been going really well. We've been performing quite well recently. We're really happy that obviously Avant have decided what they're doing. And like what Coach said, we're going to be working with them if they go to Worlds, and we want to make sure that whoever represents the scene has the best possible chance at Worlds. Because from like talking to them, and we obviously hang around with Avant quite a bit. Dire Wolves and Avant have a really good relationship.
Apparently they love each other.
All the time. Yeah, we do. We love each other. Biggie, if you're watching, I love you. Even though, if Melons is watching, I love you as well. I have to be nice to both of them. But like, there's a really good like atmosphere. We'll help them no matter what. If Chief gets through, we'll help them. Like, the scene's really, we want them the best for the scene. Like, I think we can beat other regions that easy if we all practice together, which is what we're doing hard now.
So what's your main goal, like, for you guys coming from Oceanic region when you get to Worlds? Are we just aiming to do decently against sort of the North American and European region teams, because you guys obviously both have experience with the European region in particular, or are you just trying to blow the other regions out of the water first and then worry about the other teams? The other smaller regions, so China, LATAM, that sort of stuff.
For me, it's definitely competing at the top. So competing with whoever is considered to be the top team there. I think that I mean, you strive to go for the top 1 spot, and doesn't matter who's in there. Like, I don't care if it's China or LATAM or NA or EU or whoever is in there. I don't care if it's Mars who's there. You just want that top 1 spot. I guess that wouldn't make it Worlds, but yeah, no, definitely want to be the best. Yeah.
Try and get as far as we can. Like, we think we can do really well, so, and obviously Avant can do really well as well. So it's just the scene, like, we are more coming into the OCE scene overall due to however we do in Worlds. So we're going to try and get to the top if we can, and if not, it doesn't matter. We've tried our best. At the end of the day, whoever goes through, we put as much practice as we can into it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, should we move on to some other discussion points then?
Sure. Discussion points are fun. So
Doesn't like to
should we skip last week's ones? Last week's games.
I mean, we should. Well, for those people that don't know, we'll just give the results quickly. We won't describe the games in too much detail.
Yeah.
But the results for the Oceanic Pro League last week were Ivory Gaming and Law Gaming splitting 1-1. Direwolves against Synapse went 2-0 to the Direwolves. Avant Garde versus Team Kamikaze was 2-0 to Avant Garde. And Chiefs Esports Club against Invidious was 2-0 to the Chiefs. So that all those results, I think, were relatively expected by people in the scene. Ivory versus Law, that was a really close matchup, both games.
Yeah, that should have been. That could have been completely different. Those are really good games to watch.
Realistically, they could have gone 2-0 either direction. Like we saw both teams do well against each other in both games, but 1-1 I think was a reflective of how this teams match up against each other. This week coming up, we've got Avant Garde taking on the Chiefs Esports Club, which is going to be the first matchup of what I term the big three in the scene. Team Kamikaze takes on Ivory Gaming, which will be another interesting one, is see if Ivory can save their season or not. Invidious will go up against Direwolves, and that's Invidious battling for top 4, top 3 spot where they want themselves to be placed. And then Law Gaming takes on Synapse Gaming, kind of a battle of the bottom teams there, but trying to avoid the wooden spoon, I suppose, of the scene. It'll be really interesting to see those ones going on.
You're lagging like a bitch.
Yeah,
I just want to put that
I
out
was just typing that.
Okay,
Everybody could hear what you said there. Like it was understandable.
Okay, so which ones we? I think the Avant Garde Chiefs one is the closest match there, hands down.
I think
Everything
that's
else
the
is
defining
expected.
game.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
else like if Avant beat Chiefs, then they're confirmed for regionals. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Yeah, because they've got
Yeah, it should be.
Direwolves
It
is
should-
the only
yeah.
other like competition for them.
Well, the thing is, like right now, we're preparing as much as we can for it, and that's why I only have like 45 minutes today as well, because I want to get back to some strategy stuff that I'm doing right now.
Okay.
But it's definitely a close matchup, and I'm kind of nervous for it because it's my actual first week as a coach with them and a big game straight away. I don't know much about the Chiefs, and I hope Ro and Biggie will be able to support me there. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. And on top of that, after this week, I'll also have to prep them for the coming weeks because I'll be going on vacation after this week, which I had planned a long time ago. But I won't be there. Like they'll have to finish the rest of the split without me. So I'm trying to this week is all about setting stuff up for this week and for the next week. So it's kind of busy at the moment. But I mean, I have faith in that we will do well, and I hope that we will beat Chiefs. Obviously, I hope for a 2-0, but they are still they're number 1 seeded, just like Direwolves and just like us. So it's gonna definitely be an exciting game, and I hope that Biggie won't seed.
I think as well, like if you can really consider it, whoever wins the game, if someone does to it, that can have implications right up to the pack finals in terms of seeding, because whoever finishes first and second in the Pro League gets the automatic pass to pack. They get that first and second seed, and the level of competition that could potentially filling out the third and fourth spot really make a difference if it comes first, comes second. So, this game's got far-reaching implications. It's definitely one everyone should tune in for.
Is there a bye bracket if you get first seed?
No.
Okay,
The details of it all is still being worked out. So
You're not understandable anymore,
Yeah,
HughZ.
Okay.
Turn off your,
Fix
turn
your
off your
shit.
camera and try talking.
Alright, so
Turn off your camera.
the way it's going to work is that you're going to have 4 teams showing up, going to packs for the regionals. You're going to have, obviously, the 2 Pro League teams, and they're probably going to be split up, and then 2 teams from the other qualifiers. So you'll have 2 individual matches with one directly from the Pro League, and one from the Challenger qualifier, and then the other matchup will be identical, 1 Pro League team, 1 Challenger qualifier
Okay.
team.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so it
Okay,
will be
awesome.
the 4th seed versus first and second versus
Third, yeah,
third,
okay, gotcha.
And it's
Yeah, I
from
like
the
that.
Challenger Cup. Challenger Cup will be, I think it's 12 or 16 teams.
I
Yeah,
highly
that's
dislike,
something we need to-
I highly dislike bye brackets because it just, especially for all these OCE teams who have, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've never had a LAN before, right?
Yeah.
Or not, like,
Correct.
Never.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
which is why this is so hype and so awesome. But
yeah, it is definitely, and I'm looking forward to meeting a couple of like OCE people as well if we get to the regionals, which I sincerely hope. But
if
um,
as HughZ put it on Twitter,
I mean, it's still an
it's
if. You
a
can never
possibility.
accept it. Yeah, because we still have to qualify ourselves, and there's still Chiefs and Dire Wolves and plenty of other competition. So it's going to be hard anyways. Like there's always competition. I think you can never take a spot for granted because as soon as you take it for granted, you lose it.
Mhm.
But no, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and definitely like the buy brackets I think hurt teams because you get less practice at the event, and there's always that first game that's gonna give everybody the jitters in front of like an audience and stuff like that. Regardless of how many LAN events you've been to, it's gonna always give you the jitters. So.
We saw that with AFK at some finals. I think like Income said in kind of, Alex said in his media interview that they're so late, like it was a little awkward coming into playing that they weren't used to playing like that, and the lack of preparation, I guess, from having that buy and can affect the team. But fortunately and unfortunately, kind of weighing up two different things there. For OC, I don't think there'll be any buy rounds.
Yeah, and
but it's
given
go ahead.
I was just going to say, given the energy of crowds down here towards esports as well, Australian crowds are known for high energy. They really like to get behind it. The Australian, for those who didn't go to PAX last year, I was obviously there, and the League of Legends, we literally packed out all the surrounding area. This is not obviously to derail from Smite and whatnot, but there was literally, you could not get anywhere near the surrounding booths because there was that many people. And when that many people start cheering, there is no headset, there is no earplugs in the world that are going to stop that. There is no way that you're not going to be able to feel people that are stamping their feet and jumping up and down and clearing. So you are going to hear that, and it is going to affect your gameplay. Don't walk in there thinking that it's not. And that's something that determines the best teams, the ones that can play both online and offline the best, and able to deal with those scenarios are the best teams.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, like Uchida lives with 5, girls in his house at the moment. So you hear plenty of cheering and such.
He's
Any cheering in that house.
He's prepped.
Exactly.
So is everyone flying to Uchida's house for a week beforehand to practice?
I know Biggie is
Sounds like
planning
it.
on it, but
That's what they're making the team house, isn't it? The cheaters house.
but no, yeah. And, I mean, I don't even
might do
know.
some
Like
bad
we
drafting
still,
good.
yeah, exactly. We still have to schedule all the logistics and such. So.
Alrighty, so another point. Omega moved to Eager and Baskin moved to Baskin. It sounds weird in my accent, like Baskin Robin moves to C9. Do you want to talk about that, or do you want to like? Is that something that's
I'm down to talk about it. I mean, like I know the C9 guys pretty well. I get along with them really well, and I even briefly considered going there, but that it wasn't a possibility because of their them already having a coach and duo coaching not necessarily. Well, you need to be more involved in the entire life. It needs to be. Smite needs to evolve as an esports to get like multiple coaches and such, in my opinion. And my past experience with duo coaching wasn't necessarily great, so like that wasn't an option. But I know the guys on a personal level, and I think that if they feel that Omega wasn't fitting the team atmosphere anymore, which could slightly be noticed. Like I talked to Omega briefly at the LAN, and he said that he wasn't as happy as he. Or wasn't as challenged or happy as he had always been. So I think for him personally, it's a good move. And I think for the teams in total, it's a good move. And I know that Makey will do the best for the team and make sure everybody gets settled in and gets back to their competitive level. But I know for a fact that switching out one player can change a team so much, it changed the entire team dynamics, that it takes a while to get through that initial period. And the same it's the same situation for Eager. Like it's always going to be hard to adjust in the beginning, but they'll get back to their competitive level and hopefully for them become even better afterwards. It's just a matter of time, really, and giving them that time and not being as fans and such, not or people who support them not being too harsh on them in the meantime, because it's just hard to transition.
It's got to feel bad for them because obviously they played one of the biggest games against AFK first C9, so it's got to feel
Yeah.
bad for them as well.
They,
like
they
big
didn't do
morale
too
loss.
badly though. Like
They
game
didn't do
one
too
was a
bad.
bit.
No, I agree
you
with that,
know,
but it's a big morale loss. I'd say like
yeah.
one of the big games, and you've had this swap out. Well, Eager had a less, although Elevate looked pretty good. It looked pretty good,
Yeah.
still, but it was like
They do look like a relegation team by any means.
Mm.
I know one of the clans, I think it was the second one, maybe, mine was a bit of a throw. Like,
Yeah, that
Yeah,
fire
they
giant though.
fucked up a fire giant. Excuse me, they fucked up a fire giant, and
Yeah.
that
Well,
just gave AFK
was it-
momentum.
Was it them screwing up, or was it Incon being?
No,
you know,
it was
Incon?
Dexter popping his shard device too early.
That yeah, I guess so. That makes
like
sense.
me and Coach can't understand him at all. because
Yeah.
he's like the,
I'm trying really hard.
so like when you sat here like
Yeah.
it's kind of can't hear him at all.
So, yeah.
I'm getting notes that it's my internet provider.
Oh.
Getting messages saying that the internet provider is being bad from other people as well.
This is
I
why I
wanna
live in New
respond to
Zealand.
a question in chat, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, so Calgara asked, do you believe not having an analyst as oh my god, I'm a bird by your side anymore is going to affect your coaching? And I think partially it will, partially it won't. It will because, well, it won't as it has in the last 6 months because I moved away from coaching and he took up the coaching spot mainly within Titan because the team requested him to do so. And that transition already started after EU regionals. And I think that hurt me personally as a coach and the way I approached the team. So that was something that hindered me in my coaching, and in that sense, I won't miss it. Like not having someone like that, I'm not gonna miss it. But prior to EU regionals, he helped me out a ton because he knows more about the in game than me, and more about the strategic side of it, and I have my my insight in it. But we had very differing opinions and often clashed about it when he was in a took over the coaching role. But well, prior to EU regionals, he helped me out a ton and was so helpful, and I think he is a huge part of why we won the EU regionals. So yes, in that sense, I am gonna miss him. But we have Ro right now, and I mean, you guys probably know Ro's background, and he's been embedded even in the competitive scene in NA, and he knows so much about the game, and he loves analyzing the game as well. So he really helps me out with that at the moment, and so does Biggie, and with the entire team, where we've already, something we didn't do with Titan is video reviewing, reviewing our previous games, which is always something I wanted to do, but for some reason we didn't seem to get around to it. There was always something that hindered us in getting around to it, and right now we've already reviewed our games against, some scrims. We've reviewed our games of past weekend and pointed out where we did wrong, where we did right, how we're going to improve it. So I think having the mindset of the players on the team all wanting to contribute to analyzing helps me with the pure analysis or missing an analyst within the team.
That's something we can do. More chat questions. And while we're at it, Ruler, you have a wall of rambling. Do you want to go through?
Oh god, here we go.
We've already talked. What did I write down? It's not that much of a wall. It could have been a lot more. I was just gonna I've already discussed it with you and HughZ alone, but there's a little bit of a problem with OC casting at the moment, where people come to stream but they turn off the casting, and they say I listen to this and then I turn it off. They're that's the biggest problem right now. So we've been trying to discuss how to deal with that.
I think we've had private discussions with all the casters, and we're sorting stuff out. It's just it's time, I guess, that's really going to sort
It's time,
things
and
out.
it'll only come with knowledge, what's happening, what's going on. My suggestion was we do what EU does, not EU, what the HughZ do. They do a little form for the Reddit to fill out and say,
Yeah.
well, I think you don't do your color right, or I think Hindu man is overpowering on DM and tells him to shut up too much. No one writes that though. But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's
Not
why
enough,
I think
I
is like one thing.
It's yeah. I mean,
it
would be helpful to have one of those, definitely.
it's you also have to consider that it's still a new scene, and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Hindu Man
agree.
wasn't good in the beginning either, so it's all a growing process, and we have to grow as a community. So even if you turn off the casting, I think you're not helping the community actively. If you
Oh,
want,
exactly.
if
You're
you're
not. That's
doing
the
that.
point. Like,
Yeah.
that's why.
So you should have the casting on and listen to what the casters say, and if there does come a feedback form, which is like extremely helpful, I think everybody should just fill it out and tell them, even if you don't have as much knowledge about the game or about casting or whatever, just give your feedback on it, because everybody matters in the community, and you want to make the viewing experience as good as possible for every
Yeah, exactly.
well skill level of player, so to say, or every viewer. And in terms of like the casting, obviously you guys are less experienced, but it's still you're managing with what you got, and
Yeah.
the production value from the SPL is so much higher at the moment, just
Yeah,
because
exactly.
of
It's
the
which
D&D
positions
SPL.
though.
Well, they have
Yeah.
production and won't.
What?
And exactly, and you can't really compare it because of like such a high difference in production. But my only advice to you guys to start off with is look at it the way I analyze games, for example, and the way the players try to learn from their gameplay. I'd say watch the casting, and not only watch it to have fun, but write down what you think is good about casting, and write down what you think is notable and what you could implement in your own casting style, because you have to create your own style as well.
Like what Hindu said was when he first casted, he got Monkey's mod to read through chat and get everything that chat said about Hindu and write it all down so he could go through it. That's what he like did at the beginning, just so he could learn what was going on in his cast.
Something I just want to point out is that we have how many people working on OPL, like production is like 7, including casters.
Yeah,
I think, yeah,
Something
like
like that, yeah.
7 people doing everything here in OPL, which is freaking
And you have
sweet.
what?
And like,
4 or 5 casters as well, which is
yeah, and
including
like,
casters.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
only thing that we go off is like our previous experience in casting, which for me was nothing until like tournaments started showing up last year, and I was like, screw it, I'll cast this 1v1 casual. And then SPL, like, we don't have that dry beer knowledge straight off the bat. We don't have like DM and Hindu like pure sitting there going, hey, this is what you should do, you know?
Well,
So-
maybe
Hmm.
an idea. If I don't know if this is possible, but maybe it could be a nice shout out. Ask if there are. I know that there are several people who want to get into production and such in the SPL, and there was recently a tweet about it. I think Eftal tweeted it out, but maybe a good stepping stone would be OCE, and seeing how if you can have, for example, a cameraman or something in here that someone who's willing to learn and willing to help improve the streams, but isn't at the same level that Hi-Res would consider them worthy for their production. Maybe that's a good stepping stone, because this is a learning community, both in the OPL as well as just the viewership and everything. And yeah, so why not open it up more to maybe people from EU that are willing to invest time in the OCE scene as well, or NA for that matter.
Definitely. So if anyone's keen, let us know in the comments.
I know
This will be on
my mic and
YouTube.
camera,
email at Knightfall.
I know my camera like starting up right now, but one thing I want to say, and it's a message I constantly try and put out, is that if you ever want to do something in relation to Smite or relation to video creation on occasion, is just do it. You know, insert valuable means here. I'm just like, you know, if you want to get involved in casting, there's a caster social chat where a couple of people, I got to give a shout out to Parathis, Linkclone, and Timmy. They've all been really active in trying to get practice casting and stuff. Like, go ahead and do that kind of stuff, and that's what will get you noticed, and that's what will create opportunities for you. Is just going out and doing stuff.
It's
There's
literally
also-
just about sitting down and doing it.
You're now
It's-
calling
it's-
Basically, what he said was, just do it. Make
Just do
Shia
it, nothing's
LaBeouf proud.
impossible.
If you're interested,
Okay.
like we're all around the Facebook group, contact us, flick us a message. I do
Yeah.
a lot of stuff internationally. If you're not just because at the moment we've actually got a lot of people that are actually from around the world. So it's not like we've just got the oceanic scene. If you want a hand, if you want to learn, if you want to try, there are a bunch of us out here that are interested in giving
There's
you
a
the
lot
time
of
of day. And,
resources.
yeah, exactly. Do it.
Like M Target has a good article on how production and how to get into it on the DS website. Like,
Oh,
there's a lot of
God.
articles everywhere, and like if you ask Team Monster Mods and stuff, I imagine it'll help you like get into
Chat's
it.
crazy right
This-
now. They're calling you blurs and like starting to talk about
can-
don't let your memes be dreams.
You can count the pixels on HughZ's camera. Like,
Two.
yeah, 2 or 3. So
Short game.
I don't know what's happening. I think Telstra is being mean to me tonight.
oh dear, Telstra, please. We should get a sponsor for HughZ of internet providing.
Packet detector.
Yeah.
Where's Lenny? We need Lenny. He's the packet master.
That's actually like something interesting to talk about, like internet connection, because I didn't know that internet was such a big problem in OCE.
Yeah,
But
The
I
amount of
haven't heard that
pauses,
It is.
the amount of pauses in every esport is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, like I mentioned earlier, Cheetah lives with 5 girls in his house at the moment, and
Hey.
he moved there this week, and we've had to pause scrims so he could ask them to like not take up as much bandwidth so we could scrim. And there's actually talk of him now going to Biggie's house solely for scrims because it just sometimes just doesn't work out. Like that's and
Oh, look, this
and then
sword.
there's
Oh.
subfloor who always tends to, I don't know, shut up. He has random moments in scrim that suddenly you hear someone dropping from TeamSpeak and you see subfloor running across the map. You have no clue where he's going. So pause again. But that's something I've never experienced in Europe or NA for that matter, and it's
Mm.
kind of interesting. It makes
It's-
makes practice diverse and fun again.
There's a lot of, oh, there goes so and so again. Oh, there it goes again, like twice in one game. Like, you know the people as well. Like in OPL, who DCs a lot. Damn, I don't know, but this yeah. It's, oh shit! I just pulled a thread out from my pants. That's cool. Yeah, it's just, it's funny, but me having fiber optic internet and being from New Zealand is like, what? Because you'd think Australia gets it, but then, they have Tony Abbott and things. So I'm gonna go through some quick updates, and then chat, you guys fire us some questions. We'll have some questions, yes, while stream delay. Alright, let's move forward. Okay. I'm going to release a guide to Conquest video this week. So I've been working through a video trying to teach, Conquest at an overview level. Then I'm going to create a whole series of, this is ADC, solo mid, jungle, support, just to help people out, because something I've noticed is that when someone asks, how do I play Conquest, they'll always go like, go look at Drybear's videos, which are frickin' sweet, but it's, it's hours of, it's not just one concise, this is how you do this, and it's a lot
And
of
stuff changes a lot.
yeah,
So,
yeah, so it's more in depth for whatever role Drybear really is playing in leagues or whatever, or Hindu Man breaks down things, which is awesome, but it's, I want to teach people how to play the roles specifically, even like lobby etiquette and things like that, like don't auto lock and things. Yeah, so that'll come out this week sometime, and then it'll be episode done afterwards. So yeah, look out for that. Pentagrills will be bi-weekly now instead of each week. You HughZ's articles will be on Smite Central. That's power rankings and what's the other one called? Prediction. I don't know.
Predictions. So it's a wrap up, and predictions will have rankings with it.
Okay.
Basically, it's free fantasy points. If you didn't
Yeah.
hear what he said, listen to HughZ. He is the god.
And Rank, working on something.
Yeah, I actually had to go through CaptCoach to actually get towards this, but I'm working on an interview series. I'm basically going to be grabbing. The hope is, depending upon how much, because the sort of videos and whatnot that I want to be doing is going to be really, really in depth with players, looking at their history, how they grew up, how did they get towards video gaming? How did they become so good? When did they start playing Smite? Why did they start? All this sorts of things that builds up. It's going to be called Meet the Pros, and it's going to be on my YouTube channel or Turn Up Esports' YouTube channel. It's basically for anyone who has no idea about their favorite pro. I'm literally going to go out there, find every little tiny detail I can about them, and ask them about it. And because
It's a stalker alert.
well, if it's for example, somebody like Incon, who does have Tourette's, and I don't mean this as a bad thing. He has Tourette's, he deals with it. How do you deal with it? Is there anything that makes it better for anyone out there that also may have Tourette's? These sorts of things. Some people want to find that out. Some people want to go out and go, well, Incon, he got Tourette's. What does he do? He doesn't say anything about it. Or Barracuda could be. I don't know, something I could go and ask Jeff Hindler about the beard. When did the beard start for him? A whole bunch of these different things that a lot of people do want to know. Even people that have just come from the Challenger Cup as well. They're brand new to each of the scenes pro leagues, so nobody knows anything about them. That's basically what I'm going to be aiming to doing. So follow me on Twitter, and I'll be posting it around everywhere. Hopefully, I'm trying to aim for one a week from each region, including so AEU, NA, and then Australia is what I'm aiming for each week.
Awesome.
I really like it. Yeah, because I have a lot of people who... So I'm a pretty sociable guy, and I always love talking to other people, and there's a lot of people coming up to me asking for advice on how to start being a coach, or how to... Well, there's plenty... Like, some people that I've learned to know from my stream who have been dealing with more mental problems, and I've been helping them out every once in a while, just like because friendship. And I think being able to look at a video where you see what a person in the pro scene has been dealing with, because everyone's always like, life is life, so everyone's been dealing with some form of shit one way or another. So yeah, I think that's going to be really informative and help people, even if they do not want to make it necessarily to a pro team, but it could tell someone just general background could already help a person out.
Yeah.
You could inspire someone like on the edge. Like,
Yeah.
Definitely. I remember watching one for Idra in StarCraft. Like his background was like his dad didn't approve of his pro gaming and he had to leave the scene, and it was like all this emotion stuff, and it was like, whoa, this makes me look at this player completely differently, which is always really cool. I think like the background stories on players and stuff is actually really, really cool and interesting. So speaking of Twitters, I mean, while you were on the thingy, follow us all on our Twitters, which is, while we go through it, CaptCoach is at CaptCoach.
Or is it
No, that's not
AV
true.
Captain
Avant.
Coach?
Isn't it?
It's
Oh, it's
Avant
Avant
Captain
now.
Coach. Yes.
Captain Corsair Avant, that's what it is.
No. At
You forgot the
Avant
plant.
Captain Coach.
Plant
Captain
G2A.
Coach.
You can make a joke at mine now. You can do it. Go on.
And
I'll
what is
concede that
yours?
one,
Is
Will.
Just, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just underscore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruler.
Just Ruler with an underscore. HughZ's is Mr. HughZ. Mine is Knightfall with a 4 for the A. Ranks is Rankonius. Follow us all on there. Anything else you guys would like to add while we wrap up this epic Deoceide?
I want to definitely thank the guys from Evolve for picking me up, because I really appreciate this new chance, being able to set out and do what I love and what my passion is, which is coaching, even though I strayed away from that quite a while ago. But yeah, really want to thank both the players and the organization for being so nice to me and already like working with me so well.
Awesome. Ruler?
The person I'd like to thank for being introduced to OC is Hindu. He got me the gig with Citadel, like get to meet really nice people, and like I really enjoyed the scene, so I'd like to thank him for that. In the actual chat, none of you from Dire Wolves, you're all mean people. You haven't said anything nice to me. I'm done. Bye bye.
I love all the chat.
Also-
I'll give you all the love you need.
If you hadn't already, jump along to Yada, who was actually hanging out in the Twitch chat earlier. And if you want to support somebody from Dire Wolves, go and give him a subscribe. He has a subscribe button on his Twitch channel.
His Meestered is amazing. It's the
Yeah,
best
I
I
really
can-
want it. I will spend $5 just for that.
God dang it! Now I need to have a Meested sub emote.
Yeah, but then you get Dire Wolves icon as well. It's like, oh,
Ooh,
dangerous territory right there.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you, Switch Bay.
Not a sentence you hear very often. HughZ, anything else in your pixel form?
No, there's a wrap up coming out on Smite
This is not
Central
even as
very
fine.
soon. Just waiting for them to finish up with that. Yeah, tune into OPL this week. Some good games coming up.
Awesome. Sweet. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us today for this epic Deoceide. We'll see if we can host someone, eh? No one's streaming though. Someone stream.
Because Smite's down.
Can I?
Oh, that
Can I-
makes sense.
Oh yeah.
It's Smite's
Sure.
down.
Ooh, can
Is
you
it?
host like an Heroes of the Storm stream? Is that okay?
Yes, just for you.
Yes, because she's amazing, and she helped me out with streaming a lot. Not necessarily like the most well-known streamer or the best streamer at the moment, but Jaggeris is amazing. I love her.
Awesome. Damn it, now I need to log in as -E instead of Knightfall. God damn it. This is the downside. But anyway.
You can just post it in chat, and people can go there and just say, "Smite OC raid."
Oh god,
Yes.
I got
wonder
timed
can I
out.
do
I
it
forgot.
/host?
God damn
Okay.
it.
Well, guys, thanks very much for watching. That will be it for us. Make sure you watch Jaggeris. I hope I pronounced it right. And
Yes,
we
that's
will
correct.
we will see you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye for now, not forever. We'll see you next time.